Plastic is everywhere. From the deepest oceans to the highest mountains, its presence is inescapable. This material, once hailed as a marvel, is now choking our planet. Imagine waking up one morning and plastic in all its forms has simply vanished. The immediate aftermath would be chaotic. Gone are the plastic bottles lining supermarket shelves, the plastic packaging encasing our food, and the synthetic fabrics that clothe us. Global economy meltdown. Supply chains would crash because plastic parts are everywhere in manufacturing, shipping, and logistics. Healthcare system failure. Hospitals reliant on plastic equipment for hygiene and sterility. Medical devices, from syringes and catheters to implants and diagnostic tools made of plastic, would face unprecedented challenges. Food and other essential goods, often packaged and preserved with plastic, would be severely disrupted. Transportation halt. Cars, airplanes, trains, and ships rely heavily on plastic components. Much of the transportation fleet would become unusable. The disappearance of plastic would expose our deep reliance on this material, revealing its pervasiveness in nearly every aspect of our lives. Faced with this sudden absence of plastic, industries would be forced to adapt quickly. Lifestyle changes. People would move back toward older methods: cloth shopping bags, glass bottles, metal containers, wooden toys, paper packaging, and newer eco-friendly inventions would take over. Food packaging would see a return to traditional methods, with increased use of materials like paper and cardboard. The fashion industry would undergo a dramatic transformation, with natural fibers like cotton and wool replacing synthetic fabrics. This shift away from plastic would necessitate a fundamental change in our consumption patterns, encouraging us to embrace reusable and sustainable alternatives. However, many conveniences we now take for granted would be harder to replicate without plastic, but all will be adapted in due course of time. Cessation of plastic pollution. The most immediate and significant benefit would be the complete end of plastic pollution in landfills, oceans, rivers, and terrestrial ecosystems. The harm to wildlife through ingestion and entanglement would cease. No more plastic degradation. The environmental damage caused by the slow degradation of plastics, including the leaching of harmful chemicals, would stop. Reduced microplastic contamination. The pervasive problem of microplastics in the environment, food chain, and even our bodies would disappear. On land, the decomposition of plastic waste, a process that releases harmful chemicals into the soil and water, would cease. This would be a boon for ecosystems around the world, allowing them to slowly recover from the damaging effects of plastic pollution. Conclusion: if all plastic suddenly disappeared, the world would face immediate chaos. However, in the long run, humanity would be forced to innovate, rediscover sustainable materials, and adapt to new ways of living. Although the transition would be difficult, it could ultimately lead to a more resilient and environmentally friendly future. Like and subscribe Future Possibilities. And